Hi guys, welcome to my room, or at least one corner of it. My hair looks a little crazy right now. I was trying to like fluff it up for the video and make it all like kind of nice, but she's a little tangled and I don't want to go detangle it right now just for a video. So you have to deal with this. But I wanted to come on here, don't worry. This isn't the video about my book, not my book, the book that I'm reading. One second. This book specifically. Wow, my hair is so wild. I've been reading, I've been making notes. I'm actually kind of excited to kind of talk about this. That's not what this video is about. So yeah, that will be coming shortly. But this video is like all my videos that I post. And it's just a rant, a thought video. A very interesting couple of days. The last time I saw you guys, I was in a really good mood. I was doing really well, and I still am. My mood has been kind of like switching between apathy and happiness with sprinkles of like sadness here and there. Mainly because, you know, I haven't talked about it, but I'm going to because I want to. And that is the loneliness that I have felt from posting my interview with Chris. And that's coming from my own family. They're not happy with that interview. And I haven't spoken to them since then. And it feels weird. It feels weird because I talked about how there's only so much guilt I can feel before it's just like, damn bro, like, do you want me to just like feel shitty forever? Is that your goal? And I'm not making any sense. I'm sorry. The video came out and I think that my family didn't like it because it doesn't make them look the best. I didn't speak badly about them, but from my interpretation, I guess they watched it and now the whole world knows how everything was handled. And they didn't handle it well. And I think there's a little bit of shame there, as well as feeling uncomfortable with people knowing that about me, and therefore knowing that part about my family, which doesn't make sense because it has nothing to do with my family. It has to do with me specifically. It wasn't a family member that assaulted me, you know. It wasn't my family's fault. It's not like my parents hired specific people for they don't have any involvement in that, besides maybe how they handled it when they found out. And even then, I don't blame them in my video. I admit that I didn't like how it was handled, but even my diagnosis specifically for that event is not because of them. And it's funny because in my video, I don't go in depth about my family or about my parents, my relationship with my parents, growing up in Nigeria and what that was like. I don't talk about, anything. I don't talk about what my relationship was like with my mother. I don't talk about what it was like growing up as a mixed colored kid looking white in Nigeria, and what it was like to move in America and have to prove every day that I actually was black and that was my root, like that's all I knew, and that like I literally came from Nigeria and I wasn't lying about that, and that really was my experience. Like I didn't talk about that. I didn't even talk about my own identity issues that I go with what it's like to be Nigerian and be Israeli and grow up with your parents not really even letting you know what being Nigerian and Israeli meant. Like I didn't talk about them, and the fact that I'm being shunned for just being honest and just being like, hey, I was abused as a kid and that kind of fucked me up, And as an adult, I learned that that was the beginning of all my problems. And I'm trying to be better, and I want other people that maybe don't know what they're going through, maybe this can help them. That's enough to just cut me off and not want me in your life anymore. I don't know. I was very upset about it. I was very upset. I'm not even gonna like sugarcoat that. I was upset because I felt like it was unfair that my entire life I have done everything I could to try and understand everybody around me, and yet not one effort was put into me. None of them are trying to understand me. None of them are trying to understand who I am as a person, and I feel very alone. And wow, I didn't think I was gonna cry, but it's bringing up a lot of feelings that I felt growing up, where I have felt this weird sense of being alone in my own family, because we're not vulnerable. We don't talk about our feelings. No one's honest about things. No one's gonna sit there and start digging through and trying to analyze and figure out what we're thinking and what we're doing and what it means to be a person, what it means to be Nigerian and Israeli, what it means to be Jewish, what it means to be Christian, what it means to be an immigrant in America, what it means to want something in your life and have meaning and purpose. It's just like none of those things happen. We just sit there and they just tell us, and we're just supposed to be like, yep, you are right, no questions, I'm gonna follow what you're doing. That is not living, and I don't want to live that way. And I don't want to keep feeling guilty and being gaslit and making it feel like I did something wrong and that I'm in the wrong and I need to conform and change who I am to be accepted by my own family. I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. It upsets me a lot, because I sit there and I look at them and I'm like, I was with you guys for 24 years of my life. In those 24 years, you're telling me that you don't know who I am, and you don't know that my love for you is real and is ever present and is like, are we like, what were we doing all this time, all my childhood? You can't support me, you can't be there for me as I'm trying to like figure shit out, you know? Like, it has to be your way or no way. That's not okay, and that's not fair, and I'm not gonna let you make me feel bad for being myself and standing up for myself and wanting some honesty and vulnerability. But yeah, no, I just wanted to rant that out, because it feels like it's feeling a lot like me versus them versus me, and I don't like that. I don't like the black and white thinking of things. Like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand the need for cutting me off. Like, I just want an explanation. Exactly why? What did I do? Why is it making you uncomfortable? Why do you feel like you can't work through those feelings for me? Why is it that you want me to have not spoken about that? What exactly, like literally why? Like, I just want reasonings. Tell me why and be honest about it. Did you not want the world to know about what had happened to me because you're ashamed of people knowing? Did you not want people knowing what happened to me because you would be ashamed for me? Answers, context. I need something, because I'm getting nothing, and I don't want to think for my family. I want them to think for themselves and to use their own words and express themselves. And I don't understand why that's so hard. And like, when they do actually like be receptive to hearing what I have to say and taking criticism, because I can't be the only one that does fucked up shit and the only one that is always wrong. That's not how that works, okay? We are people. People make mistakes all the time, every day, in very small amounts to real big fuck-ups, okay? And we're also not perfect people. Not everyone's going to be the better person all the time. Like, it's just not true. That's just not how life works. It just doesn't work like that. Every day, everyone's making the conscious choice to be a better person. Every day. That's what everyone does, okay? That is what it's about. You're choosing today, I don't want to fuck my life up. Maybe some people do that subconsciously, and they don't actually have to think about it all the time, where other people, it's literally, they have to think about it with everything that they do. Like, shit, like you would think that I did something awful, which, if that was y'all, not you, people watching this, my family, because you guys have done some pretty awful shit, guess who had your back? Me. Because I always will, and that's what it's about. I will call you out, but I will still have your back. Only Yasmin is the bigger person. Only Yasmin has to do all this stuff. Only Yasmin. No one else, just Yasmin. Yasmin is the one that fucked up the relationship. Yasmin is the one that caused all of this. It is her fault. Fine. Because if you guys actually watched my interview, if you guys actually contacted me and spoke to me, or if you guys even watched the YouTube videos that I'd be posting after that interview, you would know who I am. But you don't. So instead, you're just gonna sit and hate. So be it. I'm still here. My phone's still open. This is the last time I'm gonna fucking talk about this publicly ever again. Directly, like this. If you guys are mentioned ever again in a video, it is literally for context, and it will not be about you or your story. There won't be some tea time about, no. If I'm talking about you, it's because of how you're directly affecting me. That's it, nothing more. So, yeah, just wanted to get that out there because I was pissed, man. I was so annoying dealing with that. And I just had to let it out there because I was going crazy. I literally was going crazy. I was crying all the time. I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it anymore. So I ranted. I feel a lot better now. I was sweating throughout this whole thing. Yes, I'm wearing a sweater, but I'm indoors and there's AC. So it's actually a little chilly, but that made me feel hot. It's annoying having to feel alienated from people that I've known my entire lives and feel like I can't talk to them. It's just a really weird feeling. It's really weird. It's not a nice feeling. It makes me feel very lonely. It makes me feel very cold, small, and I'm just very grateful to all the people, whether they have been my family or friends or strangers, just anyone that has taken the time and effort to just communicate with me, reach out, just to say, hey, loved your video, anything. Like it means a lot. And and I've talked about it a lot, where I felt a lot of guilt for not having that need to do that sometimes with my family, especially once I got a second job and then the video came out and then I crashed it was just like so much happened and that effort went away, and I felt a lot of guilt for that. But now I've come to learn that it's a learned behavior. At least in my scenario, I actually felt very guilty and I didn't like it. Whereas in this scenario, it feels like it genuinely is a choice that they're doing, and they're choosing to not contact me. So yeah, just weird. I still love them. I mean, I was texting my brother, like, they're always gonna be invited to, the birth of my kids, like my wedding, my graduation. Like, I have no interest in cutting them off because they're all I have. It's just them and us and me. Like that's it. That's all I got. That's me. You know? So I don't want that to end. But man, they make it so hard. Like, to be healthy, to have a healthy relationship is so difficult because it's so messy and toxic in there. It's just a lot. It's a lot between the 5 of us. Cause a lot. I have hope that it will get better. That it's just time, you know. Just time. Everyone just needs time. You know, it took me a lot of time to have a fucking ego death and realize things about myself. And I'm trying to not have that expectation for my family. Just trying to love them and accept them wholly and fully for who they are and not force anything. I'm just praying that they do the same for me one day, hopefully. That was my video. Sorry. Doesn't even make sense. I don't even know what to title this video. I don't even know if I should post it. This would probably feed into what they want, but just trying to discover who I am. Discover what I am, my identity, what makes me me, how I want to define myself, and how I want to live my life. Just gotta remind myself that's not wrong and there's nothing wrong with that. So if you're doing that and people are making you feel like shit for it, fuck them. Fuck them. Let's figure it out together, because you shouldn't be hated for trying to figure out who you are, okay? For being honest about yourself. Okay, oh my God, I just pulled my hair. All right, I'm gonna go because I'm just gonna talk for another 10 minutes about the same thing. So look forward to this video. I already got my notes going. The first part is going to be specifically on chapter 1. We're not going to go past chapter 1 first, okay? Because it's going to be a little bit boring though, because I'm going to go over a lot of definitions, because I think it's important to get the definitions out the way before I start actually delving into it. So look out for that. All right. I'll see you in my next one, guys. Love you all. Thank you for being here. That pimple is pimpling right now. All right. I gotta go. I'm watching a YouTube video. All right. It's about Beyonce, so I'm gonna go finish that. I'll see you guys later. See you in my next one. Bye.